carbon monoxide is heavy, so it's better to put the detector lower to the ground. I thought that was really good too. So those combo units you were talking about aren't as effective, right?
You're absolutely right. The guy's right too. Yeah, that they make combo smoke and carbon monoxide detectors, but smoke and carbon monoxide have, the carbon monoxide's heavy, sinks a little bit lower, and the smoke raises. I'm a big fan of the separate ones, and I like the ones that plug in but also have batteries in case the electric goes out.
Yep, that's the ones I like.
But yeah, he's correct. That was a good call.
Yeah, very good call. Yeah, thank you for that. All right, Pam, jump on with us quickly. You got a quick story for us?
Yeah, they have to evacuate now.
Yeah, absolutely.
The smoke detector goes off.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, thank you, Pam, for that call. All right, well, 704-570-1110. You got a real estate question or comment related, please call us. We'd be glad to put you on the air with us. All right, let's talk a little bit about how to, some of the cheat sheet stuff that you've got here prepared for us, Preston. This is interesting.
Sure. And for all those listening, you can get this cheat sheet. It's basically the life expectancy of components of your home. If you go to homeinspectioncarolina.com, there's a little tab that says Realtor's Corner, but it's really anybody's corner. You don't have to be a realtor to go to it. Yeah. And we just have life expectancies of different components of the house. Now, this isn't set in stone. Certainly, it's just average.
It's a guide.
Yeah.
A guide.
I mean, if something says 10 years, I guarantee you it could go 20 and it could go out in 5. But it's just kind of an average. But a home, much like a car, when you buy a home, it's not just the home. You need to budget for maintenance.
Oh, yes.
I mean, just like a car, if you own a car for years, you're going to replace tires, belts, and
gas.
Hoses. Yeah, gas. I mean, it doesn't run for free. I mean, and the same thing with a house. The roof's going to go out, the water heater's going to need to be replaced. I mean, you need to budget some of that, or buy a really good home warranty, one or the other. That was kind of a home inspection joke, but
yeah.
that was pretty nerdy. But anyway, we'll start off with the first one. Asphalt composition shingles, just the normal ones, the average life expectancy is about 20 years. Now that could vary, Paul, depending on the color. Lighter color roofs last a little bit longer because they reflect some of the heat, where the darker colors absorb it and they're going to dry out a little bit sooner.
Right.
But
also where you live too, right?
Oh yeah, and certain parts of the house, your southern exposure is going to get the most sun. But I do have to say the architectural shingles last longer. They're the ones that are kind of built up a little bit more. They're not smooth.
Like little tabs on them.
Yeah, exactly. If you ever get your roof replaced because of hail damage, they'll usually recommend that.
The architectural shingles, yeah.
Yeah, they can last, it said 30 years, but a lot of them are 40 years, but it just depends. Again, color, where you live, that sort of thing. I will tell you this, the telltale sign of a shingle when it's wearing out, it's either going to curl or cup on you, where it normally lays flat. When that shingle starts to dry out, it's going to cup under or curl. And when it gets brittle and you can't bend it and it just breaks, it's
time to say goodbye.
Yeah, time to.
A lot of people too don't pay attention to after the fall getting the leaves and other vegetation off the roof, or they let moss and things grow on their roof, not attended because of where the sun hits it and where the moisture is retained.
Right.
That can also
age prematurely.
Quickly, yeah.
Prematurely. And the other thing is asphalt composition shingles aren't waterproof. They're just made to shed water. As long as the water can, it can travel, but if there's leaves, anything blocking it, it's going to leak. So get those gutters cleaned. I'm a big fan of if you got a blower, you can buy attachments for the blower. That's what I've got that'll reach up and hook around. So I don't have to get on the ladder because getting on the ladder to clean your gutters is dangerous. I don't recommend.
I've been outlawed from doing that.
Yeah, I don't recommend. I have so many stories of people getting hurt. Either get an attachment for your blower or get somebody who does that for a living and they're licensed, bonded, insured, and make sure they're insured, because if they get hurt on your property.
Insured.
Yeah.
Yeah, make them prove it.
Yeah, because if they get hurt on your property, they can come back on your homeowner's policy.
Yes, they can. All right, it's interesting too, the copper roofs. You don't see as many of those, but there's a few.
Yeah.
And that's a good long time.
Yeah, copper's 70+ years. I mean, I've heard up to 100. What's that house out there, the Blakeney house? The actual Blakeney, I'm not sure if the roof, but I think their gutters and maybe their downspouts are copper. They will last forever, but it's I wish we had more of that, but it's just so expensive to put them on. But they were actually pretty commonplace back in the 20s and 30s.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those around still. What about heating and air? Kind of a general, quick basis on that. What do you think there?
Yeah, it all depends on what type of system. Air conditioners typically going to be about 15 years. But again, so many variables there. You got an upstairs and downstairs unit. Your downstairs unit's probably going to last longer, because the upstairs is going to have to work harder, if you think about it, because warm air rises. I can almost always tell when I go out to a house with a 2-story and one of the air conditioners has been replaced. 90% of the time, it's the upstairs. Same thing with condos and apartments. The upstairs ones get replaced first, because they have to work a lot harder because warm air rises. So
Right.
they have to work a little bit. But you can prolong the life of your air conditioner by keeping the filters changed.
Yeah, it's like a loan,
Yeah. I've got something. Can I add something here that's really interesting coming into play about
Do
air
it.
conditioning? Well, R22.
Oh,
Yeah, we talked about it once before, but it just brought it up. Come 2020, they're going to stop manufacturing R22. There are some substitutes for it, depending on which heating and air guy you talk to. Some people say that it's just as good. Some people say they don't. So the thing you're going to run into, if your system's more than 10 years old, it's probably running on R22. So if you have a major repair or it leaks out, you're going to be faced with a question. Do I have to replace it with a new refrigerant, or do I use the R22 replacement? Just want people to be aware of that, because the R22 itself has gone way up. People are starting to hoard it. Might have some in my closet, but anyway. I may or may not admit to that. But that might be an issue. If your air conditioner is over 10 years old, you probably run on R22 and it runs fine. But after 2020, if you need a repair or put replacement in there, you might be faced with extra cost. However, some people say the replacement is going to be just fine. The jury's still out on that.
Well, Preston, if people want to get a pre-inspection done or have a question, how do they reach you?
Yeah, they can go to our website, homeinspectioncarolina.com, or call us at 704-542-6575.
Always great to have you. If you would like to talk to us, 846-DONE, 846-3663, or on the web at myjamesonhomes.com. We are there to help you buy a home, sell a home, invest, or manage property. Take care. God bless. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next week to show your real estate today.